Character is like a tree and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is and the tree is the real thing. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Whatever you are, be a good one. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. If I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. Every person's happiness is their own responsibility. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. Freedom is the last, best hope of earth. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Whatever you are, be a good one. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. Public sentiment is everything. With public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. A house divided against itself cannot stand. It is not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. The best way to destroy an enemy is to make him a friend. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. A friend is one who has the same enemies as you have. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. Here, stand with anybody that stands right. Stand with him while he is right and part with him when he goes wrong. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist. I remember my mother's prayers and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all my life. The common-looking people are the best in the world. That is the reason the Lord makes so many of them. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. The best way to predict your future is to create it. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. To give victory to the right, not bloody bullets, but peaceful ballots only, are necessary. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. I don't know who my grandfather was. I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be.